April 15, 2013, 2 bombs exploded near the finish line at the Boston Marathon. The blast killed 3 people and wounded at least 260 others. And almost 2 years after, the ordeal isn't quite over. The trial against the surviving suspect, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, has begun. But will this unpopular young man receive a fair trial? And can the US justice system work even if you're an alleged terrorism suspect? George O'Toole is the federal judge presiding over the Tsarnaev case. O'Toole also presided over another high-profile terrorism trial, that of 29-year-old Bostonian Tariq Mahanna. Mahanna's crime was translating Al-Qaeda documents from Arabic to English and publishing them on online forums. His lawyers argued that he was exercising his right to free speech, protected by the First Amendment. Despite the case being about constitutionally protected free speech, prosecutors made it about conspiracy and material support. And Judge O'Toole's management of the case was criticized by members of the legal community who say he blurred the lines between protected political speech and terrorism activities.
So we're going to see, I think, another round of the presiding judge conducting a trial that seems fair, but in fact may not be fair toward the defendant. I'm afraid that politics will get mixed up with charges of violence, and that will push the jury toward not only a conviction, but I fear toward a death sentence.
And that brings us to the jury in Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's case. The requirements for a jury are simple. 18 people are needed, 12 jurors and 6 alternates. But finding an impartial jury for the Tsarnaev case has been difficult and continues to delay the trial. According to Tsarnaev's defense, 68% of the nearly 1,400 people summoned to serve as possible jurors have already come to a verdict. And just as many say they have been personally affected by the bombings. While the evidence against Tsarnaev appears to be overwhelming, the US criminal justice system is built on the principle that an American is innocent until proven guilty. So surely Judge O'Toole has ensured that the jury remains unbiased so that Dzhokhar Tsarnaev receives a fair trial. Not quite. He's rejected numerous requests from the defense to move the trial to another state. But it's been done before. Remember Timothy McVeigh? In 1995, McVeigh was charged with blowing up a federal building in Oklahoma City, killing 168 people. The judge in the case ordered that the venue be moved to Colorado, stating that McVeigh wouldn't be able to receive a fair trial in Oklahoma. And McVeigh was still found guilty and sentenced to death. So the question with Tsarnaev's trial right now is not about guilt or innocence, but how guilt or innocence is decided. If the process isn't fair, how can Tsarnaev's sentencing be? Then there's the second phase of the trial, the sentencing. If convicted, the 21-year-old could face the death penalty by the same jury. Massachusetts has banned the death penalty, but the US government has authorized the death penalty in Tsarnaev's case because it is a federal terrorism case. To ensure the possibility of a death sentence, prosecutors are seeking a death-qualified jury. If that sounds scary, that's because it is. The search for a death-qualified jury means that anyone who fundamentally opposes capital punishment is ruled out of serving on the jury. So who's left to make up a jury of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's peers then? Will Tsarnaev get a fair trial? Or will the quest for justice be overtaken by the desire for vengeance?